So when the mandates came in and all these rules and fucking stuff like that, you were just like, no, you're not telling me what to do.
Yeah, no, I wasn't listening from the start. Like
Yep.
the whole mask thing, I didn't wear a mask. Yeah, I got a lot of dirty looks. Not that many people really said much, but I did have a few people abuse me for not wearing a mask and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, I never done a PCR test. See, that's what I ended up. The place that I used to work at that supplied the hospitals with oxygen and all. I went to the very, very first protest. It was like way before all the CFMEU stuff and all of that. Went to the very first one and actually went with my mum and a friend. And actually wasn't all that many people at that one. But yeah, went to that. And I was seen on the news by someone that I worked with. I don't know who that person is, but yeah,
They dobbed you in.
Someone dobbed me in. And so the protest was on the Saturday. I got a call from my boss on a Sunday. I'm thinking, this is odd. What the hell is going on? Why is he calling me? And he's like, were you at a protest? I'm like, huh?
Like, what do I do on the Saturdays? None of your fucking business, man.
And then I ended up, saying, yeah, I was. And they're like, well, you were at a mass gathering. You can't come to work unless you do a PCR test. I'm like, well, shouldn't I just sit at home and isolate for 2 weeks? He's like, no, just do a test. I'm like, no, that defeats the whole purpose of why I was there in the first place. I'm like, nah, I don't, I'm sorry, but I can't do it. And work just kept, because they really liked me. I really liked the job as well, but I wasn't gonna, especially after the whole work cover thing and stuff, and I'd been,
It left a bad taste in your mouth.
yeah,
with how they
there was no way I was gonna listen, to a company. I just wasn't gonna,
So they sort of gave you the ultimatum: either you do this test or you don't have a job.
Yeah, basically. Oh, they didn't. Like I said, they wanted me to stay, and they kept on calling me and like, have you changed your mind? And I had a couple of work friends that they're like, just do it, it's nothing. I'm like, no.
So this is 2020.
This was 2020, yeah.
So there was no vaccine mandates.
No,
or anything.
that came in 2021.
Yeah. So at this stage, it's just do a test and you can come back to work.
Yeah.
You said no.
Yep.
So then you left with your morals.
Yeah. Yep. And
where'd you go from there?
see my wife. She actually when they made the mask mandates, she went over to Sydney because she didn't want a bar of it. Mm-hmm. And then the lockdowns happened. Yeah, lockdowns got more serious, and then we were like separate. Like I was stuck here, she was over there. Yeah. I didn't have a job then, and then I just one day I just decided I'm just going to take a risk and I'm going to drive to Sydney. So I drove to Sydney. I just packed up all of my stuff, and went to Sydney.
It's crazy to think that. Like, it was only a few years ago that you couldn't go places. And it was a real fucking thing.
Yeah, it was full on. Yeah, I got to the border. There were police there and everything. And
so what happened?
I think I made some kind of border pass or something. And yeah, can't remember exactly. But yeah, I got over the border.
And so you stayed there?
Then they, I think I was getting called. They were calling me up, the health department or whatever, and saying, have you're isolating and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I haven't gone anywhere. And then I ended up, I decided, the lockdowns, I could just see how bad they were getting here, and then I just stayed in Sydney, and then we ended up getting an apartment. Everything was really good for about 6 months. We were staying in Olympic Park, and then they built the Vax hub across the road from my apartment.
Like torturing you.
Yeah.
And so you're like, I got to get out of here.
Yeah. Yep.
You come back to Melbourne?
No. I ended up doing lockdowns over in Sydney as well.
Right.
Yeah. But I did want to, like when I saw everyone protesting over here, and there was no protest going on in Sydney. I think they had one or something maybe, and that was it. But it wasn't like here in Melbourne, and I really wanted to be back. I wanted to be back here to like,
Make yourself heard.
yeah.
So how long did you stay in Sydney for?
Well, 2 years. Yeah, 2 years. But the lockdowns there were, yeah. I think we were in lockdowns, and then we got out of lockdowns over there, and then they just got real serious, and that's when the vax came in. And but see, I could even see the media were like talking a little bit of crap back then. Even they were saying how busy the vax centre was, and literally I could see from my apartment window there was like a big car park where everyone would park, and it was empty. There was nobody was going, but then they started, taking away more things and threatening people with, they can't do this and can't do that, and then people started, then it started to get real busy.
Yeah.
But it's so like they were talking about like mass gatherings and stuff, and they had literally all of these people out the front of like our apartment. It was a nightmare. It was really bad.
Yeah. And the thing is, man, during that time, my son was a year old. He had to go to the children's hospital. We had to take him to the children's hospital. They wouldn't let you in unless you were vaccinated.
Yep.
And then I'm like, do I let my beliefs get in the way of maybe medical attention that he needs? They really had people over a barrel, man.
Yeah.
Like the way that they would enforce that, and you're like, everyone cares about their kids more than anything.
Yep.
And they dangle that in front of you.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucked, man.
Yeah. That was some really
Yeah.
shit times they were.
Horrible, man. And I don't want to dwell on it because, like, it's a fucking nightmare to think about.
Yeah.
But it really fucking happened, man.
Yeah.
And we as a society, everyone's pushed it to the sides a bit. But it's crazy to think that that's how we will live. Like, you had to have 2 jabs to get into a pub and show this fucking thing on your phone.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.